Good evening, teacher. My name is Gabriela Jacqueline Patilima. In this opportunity, I'm going to explain Book 30 Grammar Review of Lesson 4. The content of this grammar are perfect infinitives and gerunds, adjectives used as nouns, and pronoun possessive adjective agreements. Let's start with the first grammar, perfect infinitives and gerunds. Okay, they are used for an action which takes place before the time of the main verb. So, something important is that we can use perfect gerund and perfect infinitive in active voice and passive voice. For example, the correct way to make a perfect gerund is maybe write or use having plus participle. And in passive voice, we use having been plus past participle. And maybe a question is why we use, in this case, been. We use been because when we make a sentences in passive voice, we must use verb to be. Okay, let's start with the examples. We have Thomas was worried about having lost his document. What happened before the main verb? In this case, Thomas lost his documents. The other, George could not tolerate having been judged guilty. In this case, what happened before the main verb? In this case, he having been judged guilty. With perfect infinitive, we have to have plus past participle in active voice, and in passive voice to have been plus past participle. The examples: the kid admitted to have eaten all the cookies. What happened before the in this case the main verb? The kid eaten all the cookies. Then we have a passive voice, to have been plus past participle. I am glad to have been selected for the job. What happened before the main verb? He selected for the job. Something important, we need to look the prepositional verbs, in this case about or admitted. In this case, what in grammatical, talking about grammatical rules, before about we must use an ing verb. For that reason, we use the perfect gerund. And with admitted, we have to use, before admitted, we must use an infinitive. So this is a good reason for this grammar. So we maybe need to look or maybe learn more about the prepositionals to make a correct use for this grammar. More examples. The thief having regretted having stolen my money. In this case, before thief, we must use having. The verb ing. Then we have Tom appears to have been injured in the football game. Before appears we must use to and the verb in infinitive. Okay, remember that. Next grammar, adjective uses as nouns. Sometimes adjectives are used as nouns to refer to groups or people with the quality of the adjective. With is or ish refers to group of people or a particular nationality. For example, we have Chinese or Italians or other. That refers to a group of people. And some adjectives that maybe we can use as nouns could be beautiful, blind, famous, strong, sick, ugly, wounded, deaf, clever, injured, poor, proud, rich, weak in the others. So let's look some examples. The rich should help the poor. In this case, we are using these like nouns, not like adjectives. We can notice this. Then we have the employed are losing hope. Is the same. We are using in general, like a group. The employed are losing hope. Then we have the long and short of this is that he has lost his credibility. The same. We need to maybe look or maybe understand the context to understand that these adjectives are working as a noun. Last grammar, pronoun agreement. Pronouns and possessive adjective must agree in number, person, and gender with the noun or the infinitive pronoun to which they refer. In the other grammars, we already know the types of pronouns: subject pronouns, object pronouns, possessive adjectives, possessive pronouns, and reflexive pronouns. So we need to maybe notice the singular and the plural and how used in concordance of the type of pronouns. For example, the boy is going to clean his room. In this case, we need to notice that we are talking about the boy, and in the sentences we continue talking about the boy, and the boy is going to clean his room. So in these sentences there is a concordance. The other, anyone who comes to the building must identify himself or herself. In this case, anyone, we don't know what person, if it's a female or male, so, or man or woman or other. So in this case we need to put himself or herself to refer to both genders in this case. The other, our test was difficult. We couldn't answer anything. In this case, when I said or, I am referring to we. To in these sentences also we have concordance. So thank you for your attention. This is all.